Hello and welcome, I'm Maginpanic and let's talk about money transition. I'm gonna show you a little bit of time-lapse with my voiceover about the transition you can see on the screen right now. It's gonna be fairly quick and it's a fairly simple effect, yet with couple technical things around it to make it work. At the very beginning I set my brush to be just wide and nothing else, so I could draw those ribbons around. I got the bill on the left, as you can see, and on the right of what I'm drawing right now is the same bill, kind of to maintain the size of what I'm doing right now. You know, the bill is moving in a 3D perspective, even though I didn't change the size of the brush when the bill is closer to the screen or further, but when it's bent in the perspective, it is usually kind of visually shortened. So I had to maintain this size, or at least tried my best. Once I did a little bit of motion, I decided to add some in-betweens, and this is it, the first one, kind of motion stops. At the third bill, I decided to create a little guide for myself so I can follow, and that helped a lot. So if you are planning to do such motion, a little guide is always helpful. And I like to go fast when the bill was going downwards, and when it's going upwards it's supposed to go slower, so that's why you have more in-betweens at the spot like this one here when the bill is going up. At the very end, when I finished all four, I decided to clean up the lines a little to not wobble the line too much. I wanted to make it as clean as it's possible, just for a stylistic choice, to clean those lines and not wobble the lines too much, and that worked well, I guess. Most of the tools I use just a brush and the contour line to edit. Then I could move into the factor of the build, inside of it, and well, that was tricky, but I found out that the previous version of Toon Boom didn't have it for some reason. You can see when I'm selecting it and I'm selecting the mesh wrap tool, there are those 4 dots in the very center. I was struggling before when I was trying to do such things, because with only those contour modificators I could only move so much those things, and without having those in the center, it's pretty tricky to actually put it right on the projected on the line I created. Those 4 dots are accessible from the tool properties. There is that little thing that's pretty similar to the, it's showing like a little grid, and there's nothing else like other than just frame by frame projecting the bill on the on this trajectory of the bill that I created. Fairly simple. It's a very simple yet effective effect to do with those kind of bills, flying or leaves, if you say so. Whatever you want to do with it, it will work well. And doing those, projecting those images on those leaves with this tool is a very effective way, even if I'm doing it frame by frame for 4 layers and 20 frames per layers roughly. It took me about 4 hours on a live stream when I was talking about it over and over, so I guess it's a good timing. Because I wanted to do the transition, I needed to multiply those 4 animations a couple times. I reversed it and mirrored it a couple times, changed the size and direction. And when I actually decided where the transition should happen, you can see the red dot on the 29th frame. I wanted to cover the entire screen at that one very spot so the transition could happen. To make everything even more cool, at the very end I added 4 subtle smaller bills so the transition could look like this and end up just as interesting as it started. I feel like it don't have this natural vibe. This is so rigid, and that's what I wanted to create here, because it's just a start to create something more complex like ribbons, which might be the next tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Cheers!